everyone, so I'm here to talk about my 2-week wait symptoms. I'm going to be looking at my phone to get them, but real quickly, a little backstory is that my husband and I have one daughter, and she's 3, a little over 3. So right now, if we did get pregnant, their birthdays would be like the same week, basically. Which isn't my ideal, but at the same time, after having my first pregnancy end in miscarriage like 3 months later, not because it was a missed miscarriage, so my body didn't expel it until like 11 weeks, even though the fetus had passed earlier. Anyway, so from my experience, I've learned that, you can't time. You can try to time it, but if you want to have a baby, just have a baby when you're granted with getting pregnant. So, we decided we just felt good in a good place, and we just both were like, yeah, this seems like an okay time to try. So we did, and so I'm dying, waiting, trying to see if I'm pregnant, and this 2-week wait has been really long, even though I have a toddler to keep me busy, and that's helped a lot, and a job, that's helped a lot, but still I'm looking stuff up, staying up late. Probably not a good idea, but I just can't stop thinking about it. I want to know if there's a little soul in me. So I'm going to talk about my symptoms. And so I was tracking it with an app and using the basal body thermometer for many months, and then I stopped, and I just interim when I have my period. I use the Ovia app, and I really liked it. So anyways, everything now is not based off of using a temperature gauge or anything. It's just based off my previous ones, which I feel like is probably pretty close. So I kind of always used to ovulate around day 16 of my cycles, but I had some different symptoms a little bit earlier this time, so I think maybe my ovulation went a little bit earlier. So I think I ovulated based off of my symptoms, which was like slippery mucus, cervical mucus, and just feeling really like lubricated down there, and then also very sexual in general. And so I think I actually ovulated on day 14 of my cycle this time based off of that. And then I did sneak a temperature reading in on day 17 of my cycle, and it was 98.25, which would for me mean I had ovulated. So I definitely ovulated before day 17. So anyways, based on my guesses, I would be on cycle day 24 and about 9 or 10 days DPO. And I've been taking tests for the last couple days and with negative results. So I knew it was early, but I was just hopeful that I'd be one of those people with an early test. So I'm not, but I'm still hopeful. So I'm going to go through my symptoms. So day 2 DPO. On 2 DPO, I had vaginal discharge, like a creamy white. I had tender breasts, which isn't totally weird for me. That happens on and off ever since I stopped breastfeeding my daughter. But this felt a little bit different. I had like stinging sensations. And then I have gas and indigestion, which is not normal for me. and I've been having more bloating and more like heartburn type stuff, which I never get, and not even with my pregnancy with my daughter. I hardly ever got it. So that's actually really weird for me, and it's even weirder because I've been working on improving my digestion and my stomach acid, so that's weird to me. And this is something that happens to me also randomly, but probably not randomly. I just haven't picked up any timing, but it's definitely happened to me with the first pregnancy that ended in miscarriage, and then with my daughter. And also I had another early, like a chemical pregnancy in January, and this also happened to me with that. So I get the metal mouth. I get that really frequently when I'm pregnant, and occasionally when I'm not pregnant, but definitely when I'm pregnant, and it's been every day, like all day. Not super bad, but there. So that was 2 DPO, and then on 4 DPO I had an appetite increase, which is not normal for me, and I have had it ever since. So I feel hungry all the time. Like right now, I just had a huge smoothie. Normally that would be fine, but right now I'm already starting to feel hungry again, and it's only been like half an hour. And I've been having increased thirst, like I'm thirsty all the time right now, and I have been since ovulating. And then I had some right pelvic pain on 4 DPO, and some more cervical fluid, and it was like the creamy white. And then I checked my cervix, which I don't love doing because I feel nervous about spreading infection, and I don't totally feel like I ever feel exactly what I am supposed to, but I checked it and it felt like it was medium height, it wasn't too far to reach, and medium firmness and medium openness. So I'm not like super good at that, so I don't know for sure, but that's what, when I checked, that's kind of what I thought. And then I got dandruff, which was really weird to me, and it's since kind of gone away, but it was so weird. It was like really obvious and itchy one day, and then it kind of went away. So I don't know, but I looked it up and it said sometimes that can be due to hormones fluctuating. I've been burping a lot more. I had like tingling, kind of tickling in my stomach area, and slight feelings in my right side of my stomach area. And I had a runny nose, and I was tired, and I had discharge. So that was 4 DPO. And I know some people say that like you can't have symptoms when you're that early, but I don't believe that, because I believe as soon as the sperm and the egg meet, even if they're not implanted, there are chemical changes meet. Your body gets the signal to start, preparing, just like it would before a period. Same thing, but except for then when it implants, it, of course, it pulls it up a notch or whatever. So, okay, so then 5 DPO, I had cramps, very light, to where I wasn't sure. It's not normal for me, but I wasn't sure if it was like just cramps from like some bowel issues or something, which is not normal for me, but I wasn't sure again because they were so light. But that happened with my daughter too. Fatigue, exhaustion, tender breasts, indigestion, more vaginal discharge, the same creamy white discharge, an appetite increase, and a little bit of constipation. I've been really regular, and so it was just like a little bit different, the experience, but it wasn't too bad. And then the metal mouth, extra saliva, and then, quick to cry. And then I was very in love with my daughter. Like, My daughter and I have kind of a love-hate relationship. A lot of the times we're very close and it's weird, but I was so in love with her. I was just like, oh, my baby, my daughter, and like loving on her and more than usual. And then I didn't log in that day, so no, didn't log in. 7, so day 8 I logged in. Anxious, excited, weepy feelings, cramps, more cramping, bloating, hot flashes, because that's weird. Usually I'm freezing, especially in this winter time, and I still have times where I'm really cold, but I have also, it's been like 65 degrees in our house and I'll be like, I'm hot, I'm sweating, and that's not normal for me. Tender breast still, cravings, indigestion, same stuff. So I checked my cervix again, and this is very interesting because it actually went really a lot higher. And I said medium firmness because it felt it didn't feel super hard, but a little bit soft, and medium openness again. But from what I understand is if you're about to have your period, your cervix goes low and hard, and if you're pregnant, it goes high and soft. So it was high, definitely high. The firmness I'm not quite as good at, but it was definitely high. I took a pregnancy test and it was negative, and then I was thirsty, hungry, tired, more irritable, and easy to cry. Okay, so then yesterday, still some slight cramping, bloating, cravings, indigestion, tender breast, appetite increase, sex drive increase, bloating and gas, and then a negative pregnancy test. And then yesterday when I wiped, I went pee and I wiped, and there was the tiniest bit of white creamy mucus and a little bit of blood in it. So that has happened to me before when I wasn't pregnant, but oh my gosh, I got kind of excited with that. I'm really hoping that was implantation bleeding. So then today, I so far feel about the same. I'm a little bit bummed because I got another negative test, and I just really wanted, anything to give me hope, but I still feel like I'm pregnant. And my biggest fear is that I'm crazy. My biggest fear is that I'm not pregnant, and then what does that mean? I'm just crazy? Like, all these symptoms, they're real. I know, like, I feel them, and it's hard to think that you could, like, make all this up or, not be pregnant and feel this way. And then, of course, I'm thinking about possibility of having another chemical pregnancy or miscarriage. So, I got all those things on my mind, but I'm trying to just focus on, like, if I am pregnant right now, great, and if I'm not, then it will happen. I've been pregnant before. I've had a healthy child. I'm so blessed to know that it's possible, and I'm praying every night, and that's helped a lot, but we'll see. So yeah, I feel you on the 2-week wait, and yes, I'm watching a million YouTube videos, and that's why I wanted to make one too. And then also, I've been using the Clinical Guard strips from Amazon, and I haven't used anything else because I just honestly, I hate the idea of spending tons of money on those tests when I know I'm testing too early anyways. And if I am pregnant, eventually I'm going to get one on these ones that I have. So I probably could try all those other ones, but I don't want to spend like $100. It's Christmas time, and that's not what I want to spend my money on. So as much as I want to know, I'm gonna wait until one of these works. And then if I get a pregnancy positive at all, I'm gonna make a doctor's appointment right away and go in, not for an ultrasound, but just maybe a blood test and checking my HCG levels if they're rising, just for peace of mind and to know what's going on. and also my thyroid hormones, because I had some issues after my daughter was born. So I will keep you guys posted if you care to know. And yeah, okay, that's it. Bye. Merry Christmas, and I will let you know if anything